Hello, welcome back to the second part of my walkthrough for Cataclysm. If you remember from last time, I'm getting chased by the zombie brute, which is basically a tank from Left 4 Dead. In this episode, I'll just be running through the fundamentals of actually just surviving and what to do when you first do it and how to outrun zombies by the looks of things. Because Cataclysm thought it would be nice to actually spawn a zombie brute in the shelter, which is meant to be completely friendly. Anyway, just a heads up, what I'm doing here is just like a specific look. If you press X, it will just tell you what your highlighting is. So, for example, the underbush, the road, the grass, dirt, etc. It will also tell you the actual details about the zombie brute. For example, the entire body bulges with distended muscles and swollen, festering wounds. In other words, he's going to kick my ass because he hits harder than a truck. Just to go over again, I only have binoculars really and a combat knife, which I'll probably equip right now because, you know. Anyway, so yeah, as I said before, you're gonna use your terrain not just for attacking really, it's for everything. So that involves running, hiding, pretty much everything. You see this 7 which I'm next to? It basically means that it's got something in it. So, as you casually do when you're getting chased by a zombie brute, you pick up fruit because, you know, you obviously need fruit when you're getting chased by zombie ass fruit, which won't leave you the fuck alone. Why wouldn't it leave me alone? They're normally not this bad. They kind of get bored. Oh my god. Oh, brilliant. This survival is going to be like smaller than a few episodes. Right, up here to the north, that's like a zombie nest, a spider nest. They're normally outside. They've got like jumping spiders or poison spiders, which will basically obviously poison you and knock you out, and then you get eaten because, you know, life's swell like that. Right, obviously this zombie brute's not going to leave me alone at all, so I'm going to have to bring him into the town, or I could just make him die on this. Here's like a little crash site. You can press Shift V, bring up this little menu, and it'll tell you everything which is pick. Like, if I'm able to pick it up, it'll tell me in like a small radius. I'll probably go over these for a little bit. Large motor, probably don't really need it now, just ignore it. Lump of steel again. A CBM is like a, basically you can turn yourself into a robot, pretty much. So a CBM, teleportation unit, is a unit which you attach to yourself and you'll be able to teleport. That's pretty much it. It uses internal power. So if you've got like a CBM which enables you to eat food and it will grant you power, that's what you use it for. They're fairly heavy, and yeah. Army helmet's an army helmet. Radio, you can disassemble most things to get its core components. So from this you'll probably get like a processing unit, an antenna, and some scrap metal and some copper cable. And you could use that for other stuff. Army pants is what I'm wearing right now. Also, bear in mind when you're actually wearing stuff. So, for example, like the army pants I've got now, they will all fit me because obviously I've spawned with them. But if you're wearing a trench coat and it doesn't fit you, you'll get negatives basically. Although you'll have like the positives for like because it's warm, it's got lots of storage, etc., etc. Because it doesn't fit you properly, you'll get a negative buff on your like not encumbrance, but like actual fighting because it's in the way. So bear that in mind. In order to actually make it fit, you need a high tailoring skill. Well, not really a high tailoring skill to do it automatically, but after level 1 or 2, it's kind of like guaranteed you get it. Jumpsuit batteries you need for flashlights and, you know, other things like that. Enhanced hearing is another CBM, which I think that's like a passive one. The teleportation unit is like you have to press the P key, and actually say that you want to teleport. With enhanced hearing, I think it's like a constant, like passive buff. A chest rig is like a battle rig for the like you know what chest rig is. I don't know what that one is. May have to look at that and read it. Chunk of steel is used for scrap making. A flare gun's a flare gun. Hard plating is similar to chunk of steel. An army jacket. A UPS is it's like a huge. Well, it's a universal power supply, so you just put power in it. I think this one takes 2,500 charges of plutonium. You can get battery ones, although I think that in the older versions. In this one, it only takes plutonium. I'm not too sure. Signal flare will help you see in the dark. You'll just put it down if you're in light. It's just a signal flare. Gas mask is good because there's something called fungi and funguses. Well, I can't remember what they are, but basically they're funguses and they give off spores. If you inhale a spore, you will eventually turn into one unless you fix yourself up, or you'll probably die before you actually turn into one. So a gas mask actually stops that, because obviously the spore's not going to get in. An antenna is just used for other components, which is electrical, fire extinguisher, camera tank top, spring, and a military black box. A military black box is like, it's good for NPC quests because they will send you on a mission to say, get me a military black box so I can know the secrets of the conspiracy government, blah blah blah, and you'll just have to find one. And this is obviously a crash site, so you'll, right. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to probably try and go and get that chest rig. Bear in mind it's in the middle of all the rubble, so I'm actually going to take some damage from that. Read what this CBM does. Probably take the batteries and the army helmet. Probably take the army jacket as well, because why not? So let's have a look. Right, let's have a look at this. Lying just beneath your skin is a thin armor made of carbon nanotubes. This reduces bashing damage by 2 and coated damage by 4. So it's just a passive buff to your actual damage taking. That's pretty neat, actually. That's actually quite cool. What else is near here? Army jacket. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, signal flare, why not? Dawn antenna. I'll wear that because I need to. If you press the plus key, so it's shift equals, you'll come to this screen, and it will basically, there's like a way that when things attack you, there is a layer system. So if you're wearing, let's say for example, your jacket and then your tank top over the jacket for some bizarre reason, your tank top will take the most damage first. If you were to wear your Under Armour and then the trench coat will take the force, then the Under Armour. Or if you're wearing gauntlets which protect your wrists and then the trench coat will obviously cover your arms, so therefore it will take the damage more before the gauntlets. What you'll do is you'll put the trench coat on, then all the armour. Obviously the Under Armour is made for like actual keeping you warm. It's more like a thermal vest, but you know, what are you gonna do? Right, so obviously I want the army jacket to be above the tank top. And if you look to the right, the innermost and the outermost, the army jacket's below the tank top, so therefore the army jacket's on top. So the army jacket will take the brute force basically, which is what I want. Right, flare gun, because why not? I don't have to have anything. Gas mask. A camo tank top just in case. I've still got this damn zombie brute chasing me. Like, I can't believe it spawned in there. It doesn't actually never do that. Also, a word of warning: if you ever do come across something like this, these are like the metal wreckage will do damage. It's like a 75% chance that it will, so it's higher than 50. So obviously, it's most likely going to take damage. They will hurt. It can actually cause bleeding. So it's recommended that unless you have a shovel to dig up the wreckage, not to go in the innermost, because you're just gonna, be dealing damage which you don't really need. Hence why I'm making the brute run around it. Enhanced hearing. Oh no, it's too heavy. In order to use CBMs as well, you need to have like I think it's first aid, intelligence, and electronics. All of them need to be high in order to like increase the chances of you actually doing well in it, because you can screw yourself over and cause severe bleeding or mishap in your. Basically, it's bad if you fuck up, because it'll take you the percentage anyway. Sure, I can use it as a decoration, and oh my god, it will not leave me alone. However, it is almost dead, so I can probably skin it, maybe. Also, all the zombies, they will come back to life unless you butcher them or destroy the corpse. So for example, if I were to just loot this corpse and then run away, if I were to come back later, I think it's like an in-game day, the zombie will be back up. I don't think it's at full health. I think it's like at half health, but either way, I've got to deal with like a zombie brute again, which is probably not a good thing. A fungal bed. I don't know what a fungal bed is. Is that a fungal tree? Yeah, right. I think this is going to start spawning fungal beings, the fungus people I was talking about earlier. I think this is how they start, but again, it's not on the map, so it might just. I don't know. I think this is just a little area which they can have like an encampment. And I'm sorry if this is really boring you the way I'm dancing around the wreckage with the zombie brute, but I literally have no chance of killing it. It will just smack me around the face, and I'll just take so much pain that I won't be able to land up a solid hit. Right. Anyway, it's dead, so let's have a look. Ooh. Jesus. It's got a lot. Well, we'll take the cola because, I've just been running around. Cola. Right. Things which you're actually welding. So, for example, the army pants, the tank top, the combat knife. They won't add weight and volume. Or no, wait, they add volume and items, but they add to the weight. So basically, if you've got something in your backpack which is taking up 50 volume, if you weld it, it will negate the volume, but it will still add to the items and weight. So it's just the idea to think about. For example, I want that wood axe, but in my inventory it won't fit, so if I carry it around, I'll be able to actually take it, but I need to unequip this. So, like so, and it will automatically, if you look at my weapon in the mid right section, it will say wood axe. Wood axes are quite good. Like, you can chop down trees with them, and they're quite heavy hitting, hence why they're an axe. Now I'm gonna have to take some damage. And I didn't actually take any damage. Well, what are the odds? To butcher a corpse, you just hold Shift B, and it'll butcher it. If there's multiple corpses on one tile, then you can actually tell the game which one to butcher. But as you can see, it's got tainted meat now. Don't eat the tainted meat. It's mainly used for what's it used for? It's used for mutagen, which can mutate you. Basically, there's like, you can either be a human, like you can be a generic human, which has his negatives. For example, I've got addictive personality with night vision, is quick and tough, etc., etc. But mutagen will give you different traits, and it can also give you different stats. So, for example, if I keep making insect mutagen, it's most likely that I'm going to grow insect wings and a chitin and multiple legs, so I can run quicker and hit harder and stuff like that. If I start taking beast mutagen, I will most likely gain fur and teeth and claws. If I take the there's like a specific one which is like, it's better for nighttime. You start going pale, and your eyes are like got a second layer. So if you take any damage on your eyes, it just negates it, and you can see in the dark a lot better. Etc. etc. But also with that, you can put CBMs on you, so you can be like a robot werewolf beast thing. It's like I said, this game's stupidly in depth on how fun it can be, because you can just, I feel like turning into a werewolf and clearing out a town. Okay, you can do that. Now, because the brute's dead, I'm going to check the loot, what was in here, because most of the time in a shelter you'll just have normal loot. Most of the time, there won't be a zombie brute. Now, this is worrying me, because there was a question mark up there. What that means is something's moving, or you heard something move. So, see, there it is. It's coming closer. Right, I'm going to get ready to run. If you press the period key, or 5 on your numpad, basically you can use the arrow keys or the numpad. If you use the numpad, you can go diagonally as well. I tend to use a bit of both. But if you press 5 or the period key, you wait kind of thing. So I'm going to wait for him to actually come near me. Because if it's something scary, I'm going to run. Oh, right. It's just a zombie. Right, I'll bring him outside because I'll get a bonus if I hit him in a tree or something. Right, this is what I was talking about earlier. On the right hand side, you see speed. Basically, a turn is 100. I currently go 112, so basically every 10 turns or something like that, I will gain an extra tile because if I keep running, it adds up basically. If I'm walking on grass, it costs me 100. Yeah, so I would have 12 spare over just to do what I want. So if I moved and then attacked, I would have 12 extra movement, which will take away if it takes for me to attack, for example. And that's a really bad example, but it'll make more sense when the zombie hits the tree. The movement cost is 200, and I think zombies go about 75 or something like that. So basically, he can't move, he can't actually attack or do anything for about 3 turns because of the movement cost it takes. So if I wait for him to come up to me like that, now he's in, I can attack him. He won't be able to attack me for about 3 turns. Oh wait, oh no, he managed to bite me with my right foot, but my armor managed to protect me. Okay, well, I must have upped something, but basically this is what you want to do for attacking. Just use your terrain to your advantage. Right, it's dead, and I didn't take any damage, which is great. Be sure to butcher, and he only had tattered pants. Now, I've noticed this, I don't know what this is. It's flashing at me and I don't like it. Pick underbush. A tear in reality. I don't like the sound of that. I'm gonna kind of go because that sounds horrifying. That sounds like Bioshock's Elizabeth's tear through the freaking time. Anyway, because there's a zombie brute down here, the game's kind of rewarded me with a freaking whole shit ton of everything, really. Oh my god, this is actually brilliant. Oh my god, I've never actually seen this happen before. Sorry if I'm jizzing everywhere, but this is basically a lot of clothes and food, stuff you need to stuff you need to actually survive, because you know. Wow, it looks like a lot of junk, but it kind of is a lot of junk. But it's good for, because basically what you start with, most of the time down here there will be wool socks and a can of Spam just to get you going. But here there's like a screwdriver, a blanket. I'm sure there's a roll mat down here somewhere. Where was it? I'm sure it was here somewhere. Oh my god, don't tell me it's gone. Oh, I wanted the roll mat. The roll mat's good. Oh, a flashlight. I'll be able to actually see now. Jesus. There's a roll mat. Right, that's too heavy. But so yeah, this is I don't know. I think this is actually a bug because that shouldn't have happened, and all this stuff shouldn't be here. I think there's like more than 4, like 20 safe houses has literally just spawned on top of each other and just happened to be a zombie. I don't know what happened. But what I am going to do is put a note down here that there is something really scary, and that when I'm a higher level I'll be able to actually do something about it. So on the map screen, if you want points of interest, for example, there could be a block in the road here, just like because there can be a car crash and that you won't be able to go past with the car. To let yourself know when you play again, you could just put there's a car crash on the note. So, for example, I want to tell myself in the future that there's actually something here, the blimp or the bush thing, which is for a tear of reality. So what you do is you hold Shift and press N, and if you want a specific symbol, because what it will always be is a letter N for note. So if you want the letter L for loot, and you know there's loot there, but you can't carry it out right now, you do L colon and then type what it is, and the note letter will be L. So, for example, if I want weird, because it's actually that's pretty freaky. So if I have W for weird colon tear through bush question mark, press enter, it'll be a W, and if you look at the top left, it will say tear through bush, because I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. But yeah, that's all I've got time for now. Sorry for me just running around a friggin' zombie brute, but I would like my character to actually live at least, I don't know, some episodes before he gets pummeled by a zombie brute or me do something stupid. But before I go, I might as well explain the mechanics of eating and drinking. Right then I just had an apple. I was full and slacked. Don't constantly keep yourself full and slacked. You want to wait until you're actually hungry to eat, because you're just wasting food if you do. If you're trying to because this is what I used to do. I used to make sure I was always slacked and hungry, therefore I can't go wrong, but I was constantly wasting food. So don't do that. To actually eat, you hold Shift and E, and whatever you touch then will, like if you press right on the arrow key on an apple, you'll eat the apple. Medicine and drugs. It's weird. Antibiotics is just if you've got an infection. If you get bitten by a zombie and it's infected, you'll get a nasty bite, you'll get the fever, and you'll most likely turn into a zombie. I've never actually seen it happen, or I've never had it happen to me, but I always have antibiotics or antiseptic cleaning fluid, or I have a first aid kit which will clean the cup for me. So it's good just to get rid of an infection. That can be from anything. That can be from a dog biting you, and the bite looks a bit weird, and it'll tell you. The game will actually tell you. I think it's, you see on the middle right, it will say head, torso, left arm, left leg, right leg. I think that will be highlighted in yellow. I think yellow's infected, red means you're bleeding. If you're bleeding, you need to take bandages or a first aid kit to stop the bleeding. For vitamins, it's just a generic, essential dietary nutriment. It's just, it helps with your body's health. There is immune systems on this as well. There's no actual statistics for it. So if you've been in the rain for most of the time, it's most likely that you're going to get a cold, and you won't be happy about it. So I'm just going to have some vitamins. Press the wrong button. If you press V normally, it will tell you the morale, or actually how much focus gain or loss you will get. If you look on the right middle, it will tell you focus in grey. I've got 93 focus, which means that I'll get almost 100%. If I attack something, I'll get 100% of that skill. So say for example, if I gain 0.1 for each attack towards my skill for blunt weapons or whatever, each attack will go up by 0.1 of the skill. It's just basically the higher the focus, the better. You don't want low focus, and to get high focus, you have to keep your morale high. So I've just had a cola and apple, so I've enjoyed it. So the total is 11. I'm quite happy. You can see how happy you are by looking at the right middle. You see a green happy face. That will just tell you a quick, how you doing. If you hold Shift at, or just press the at key, it will tell you all your stats basically. So I've got survival and marksman and 1, which was what I got from earlier. But because I've attacked the zombie, it was with the axe, wasn't it? Yeah. So I managed to. It was a bashing and cutting, because that's what an axe is. So that went up, and I was dodging because the armor save. Don't see how that works, but anyway. But in melee, it goes underneath bashing and cutting. So see how it all levels up. You can gain levels as well by actually reading, and it's just, yeah. If you want to get a better insight, just actually download the game. It's not that hard. I'll put a link in the description if you want to play. I'll put it in the first video as well. But this game is really good. You need to get your hands on it. If you just want to, you can keep watching. Obviously, just this game, it needs your attention in order to actually get better at. So I'll leave it here then. I'll see you guys in the next video.